Hi, I'm Maya from Bookworm Dreams and welcome to a new video. As you can tell from the title and the thumbnail, the space opera September is happening again. This third season of the readathon is going to happen throughout the entire month of September, and it is created and hosted by Thomas from SFF 180. In this season, he has two helpers, and all their information, everything will be linked down below in the description box, so please do check it out. The goal of this season is to complete 4 stages. Each stage has 1 or more prompts that you choose to start your adventure. And as you can tell by the title, the goal is to read space operas. So space operas are books which most of the plot is set in space. So think Star Wars, for example. So stage 1 of this readathon is to pick a method of space travel. And I picked Warp Drive, which means I have to read 4 novels. I think reading 4 novels in September is doable, even though my TBR actually has more than 4 novels, but it's fine. If I read 4, I'm good. Stage 2 is to accept your mission. There are several missions you can pick from, and I chose 2. First one is to invent new light speed technology, and for that I'm going to read Rubicon by J.S. Dewes. The prompt for this mission is to read a book that it was published after 2010, and Rubicon was published in this year, 2023. So in this story we follow Sergeant Adrienne Valero. She basically, I don't know if it's like ability only of her or if this is like a special unit, but she gets killed and then gets resurrected. And after surviving and suffering through her 96th resurrection, she has been placed in this unit that is outfitted with the most cutting-edge virtual intelligence, and that is supposed to like help them with the war against the machines. Intelligent machines that are dedicated to, you know, assimilation and destruction and so on. Like think Borg from Star Trek. But then her virtual intelligence achieves consciousness, and then I guess shit happens. I think it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And then I picked another mission, which is to engage in diplomacy to solve an intergalactic war. And the prompt for this mission is to read a book that is written by a queer or BIPOC author. And for that I picked Chilling Effects by Valerie Valdez. Supposedly funny, we'll see. Debut space opera novel, which makes fun of everything from pop culture to video games. You know, it has a captain with its, you know, motley crew, and I guess they're on a mission to do stuff. So in this story we follow Captain Eva and her motley crew. They're cruising the galaxy, delivering small cargo, and she finds out that her sister Mari, I think, has been kidnapped by the Fridge, which is a shadowy syndicate, which basically kidnaps people and puts them into cryostasis. And to save her sister, Eva has to do stuff. So I guess all the funny stuff will be all the ridiculous missions she'll have to go through. I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to checking this book out. Then stage 3 of this readathon, it says unplanned event. So something's happening during your adventure that you haven't planned for. You have several options, and I picked that my ship gets boarded by feds, and now I have to do paperwork to get them out. And the prompt for this is to read a book that involves military service of some kind, and for that I'm gonna use a book that I've mentioned before, and that is Rubicon by J.S. Dewes, because you can use one book for several prompts if you want to. Then I use another unplanned event, because the prompt for it is one of my favorite things. So the next unplanned event that will happen to me is that by walking into a room I have accidentally insulted the most beautiful alien ever, and now I have to like save face, I guess, and apologize, and I will do that by reading a space opera that has some romance. And I have 2 Jesse Mihalik books for this. The first one is Aurora Blazing, which is book 2 in the Consortium Rebellion. So in this whole trilogy we are following the members of the same family, and as they get into trouble, and they have whirlwind romances with like people they meet. So in this one we follow Bianca, who did her duty for her house and ended up in this horrible marriage, but luckily her husband died, and now she's all playing the role of a you know, happy widow, but she's also like a spy master. She has her own net of like informants and places where she can get information that will help her house and help, you know, the characters we meet in book 1. So in this second one, her brother gets attacked, and she basically goes, after she's being told, of course, not to do shit, she goes off planet and does shit. And the head of security of their house is being sort of sent after her to like bring her back home like an errant child. But the thing is, the 2 of them have some sort of a history, if I remember from book 1. At one point, I do believe she like professed her interest or like or whatever love for this man, and he was like, nope. So the two of them will now have to spend some time figuring out what's happened to her brother, and spending time in, like, tiny spaceship traveling around the galaxy trying to figure out what the hell is happening. I really like Jessie McCallick's books because she's like, there's romance, and it's really good romance, but there's also a very cool political plot that you can follow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I only hope, because I remember the first one having a very melodramatic sort of third part of it, so I'm really hoping that doesn't happen in the second one. The second Jessie McCallick book that I have chosen for this one, no, it doesn't say anywhere that I can't read 2 books from one prompt, is Capture the Sun, which is book 3 in the Starlight Shadow trilogy. Basically, oh my god, in this whole trilogy we are following, oh my god, so humans have been at war with this alien species, but they're not like alien, they're like, humanoid with like extra powers. So in the first book we follow the captain of this ship, where she has to now work with her enemy from the war, and together they are discovering a political plot that's happening in his kingdom to destroy his ruling family and whatnot. So they're always in trouble because they have to run away from like both the humans and the what they're called, well, not something that starts with V, and the aliens, right? So in this third one we are following a sort of on and off again member of this crew, Lexi, and she has, after the war, sort of, in the eyes of her crew, basically given up on morality, and she's a thief. So she's been going around stealing stuff and selling it to the highest bidder, and on her travels and adventures she has met one of the alien dudes who can also teleport, which is something that's not really it's a rare power that these aliens can have. So the two of them have had run-ins, and something has happened between the two of them. So now they're going to find themselves a new adventure, and also looking for the crew, because at the end of the book, second book, they sort of went missing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I know it's going to be fun. I know the romance is going to be good, and I know the angst is going to be good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these 2 books. So the last stage 4, is to pick your epilogue, and I chose to retire on a sandy beach with a book in my hand, and the prompt for this is to read a sequel or a finale in a series. And I picked Cibola Burns, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I will when I listen to the audiobook. This is a book 4 in the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey, and since this is book 4, what can I tell you? At the end of the 3rd book, a gate has, this is spoilers by the way, sorry. At the end of the 3rd book, a gate has been sort of created that will help people travel from the solar system to other planets. In book 4, we sort of follow Holden and his crew as they traveled to this new planet, and they're trying to broker peace between the colonizers and the owners of the planet. At least like they have what do you call that? A company that like owns official claim to the planet, so I guess for mining and shit and whatever. They're also trying to, Holden and his crew are also trying to figure out what has happened to the very advanced alien civilization that we find out in the first 3 books. So yeah, it's a very cool series. I usually read it during September, during Space Opera September, so it's like year 4 of me reading this series. So yeah, that's my TBR. If I manage to finish this TBR in an orderly manner, I will be focusing more on my buzzword reading challenge, which is created mostly with sci-fi books. So this is my TBR for September. If you're participating in this readathon, please do share your TBRs down below. I want to check them out. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Press the bell button to get notifications for new videos. There are some links in the description box, so please do check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!